Alright, I'm going to start the recording up again. um, so I'm not gonna redo the spending of the talent points. I just want to show off what I do typically with my talent tree. This is for Enshrouded, and this is specifically for a mage build, playing by yourself. So, what I typically do, I start in the wizard skill points, and I start with the increased magical weapon damage, and then I go down the side branch where I increase fire damage by 30%, get Radiant Aura, and then make it so Radiant Aura does 2 fire damage per intelligent point. This makes it so you can survive the bugs when you're running around in the Shroud, because the bugs are actually one of the hardest things to survive, especially on survival difficulty, because there's so many of them, and it's hard to cast a fireball to kill them before they're overwhelming you. So that's usually where I start. So after I've gotten that, which is where I'm at, I think, on my current playthrough, I go ahead and get the intelligent point along with the other two. And then because survivability is pretty difficult, I'll go ahead and get some constitution points. As I continue to save up, I will go ahead and unlock the double jump ability. The other thing I do is I'll spend the 3 points on quick charge to reduce my spell cast time with my staff. Now after that, everything is kind of more flexible. So I do want to get to the end of the wizard talent tree first. Mainly because it's all abilities that buff your magical weapon damage. So you end up with like a pseudo AOE from your magical weapon damage because of chain hit, and then mass destruction also allows you to do damage to multiple enemies around you because of your magical weapon attacks. My current recommendation is once you've gotten to the end of the wizard, you can go for blink, or you can go down the tank tree, mostly just to get more survivable options. This helps make it so your armor protects you better, but also you get like just straight up 10% damage mitigation. So if there's more than 3 enemies, you can get less physical damage or less magical damage, and then eventually Earth Aura to just do a straight 10% damage reduction. I also go for Water Aura with the Waters of Life buff. That way you're constantly getting heals and you don't have to be focused on using bandages all the time unless you're in the middle of combat. The way I have my talents broken up, this allows me to go for every single intellect point that's in all the talent trees. I don't prioritize spirit unless it's just in the way of me getting to a talent that I need. So at the end of it, I end up with 3 spirit and 10 intelligence. Those are the 2 main stats that I care about. Even though I didn't get it, I do recommend the well-rested buff in builds. What that normally means is you have to sacrifice something. So, you know, I didn't have to get some of these things. Like, I got Life Burst. That's nice, but it's not mandatory. We also have Eternal Spark, which can decrease the speed at which your wand is breaking, but for 3 points, it might not be worth it when you can spend those 3 points elsewhere. I did go for Snake Eater to reduce my poison damage. I also went for Updraft, so you get the basically a glide boost, and then Airborne, so you use 30% less stamina, so you don't have to worry about running out of stamina while you're gliding, or at least not as much. Alright. So that should give you a pretty good picture of how I built my character. And that's typically what I'm going to be pursuing while I'm playing on the Survivor mode. Thanks for your time.